Hey everybody, it's been a while. Welcome to my channel. Been really busy, work, things like that, doing work at the camp and all that stuff, and really ain't had no time to even come out to the shop. So I got a little time this morning. I don't know how this is going to work out, if he's going to make it a video or not, but let's call this one here, I'll make this on another flea market find. So anyway, let me show you what I got. At a flea market the other day and picked up this little jewel. I looked at some of my stats. The last time I worked on one of these, I had one of my most popular videos, a little pocket radio. If you remember, it was this little silver tone right there. Little 6. Well, I got a Magnavox this time. I love this little thing. Got a little kickstand to it. Let's see, there's a tag right there. Let's see. Look at how much I paid for it. $10. But little Magnavox. Love their symbols. See if I can open it up. Love this thing. Get it out of the case. Here's the case. Really nice shape. I believe this would be the tuning, the on-off volume. Some model AM-80, the Magnavox company. Got a little kickstand on it right here. So get it working. You can just set it up like that right there. It's really cool. Didn't have the headphone. Now, I will admit, I actually recorded some other video, and actually, not only did I have this little radio, but I also I bought a battery tester, a little Radio Shack battery tester. Could have bought one. Let's see, this thing was $9.95 back in the day, but thing's in good shape, works. Then one of my old hobbies I hadn't done in years, multiple decades, was collecting trains. But I saw this box and saw what was in it. A little box car, Illinois Central Gulf. It used to be the railroad that I modeled, because that was in the town that I lived in. So naturally I fell in love with the colors. I love this old IC emblem right here. I think they call that the high rail. It looks like it's an I. It's an I, but a C, and but it looks like the shape of a rail. And I really never noticed that till here recently. But I'm going to put that together and put that in my collection, up on my rack up there. Anyway, the other thing that I got was this little ICOM IC2AT, $15. A little handheld radio. I don't feel like getting it out right now, but it came with a couple of batteries. Of course, the batteries are bad, yeah, it's just a little bit of haul that I did. So anyway, let's get back to this radio here. Getting off topic. One thing I've noticed in my videos that I keep getting out of frame, and even though like right here I think it's in frame, but it's not actually. It's being cut out, and I just get, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I got to try to remember to keep everything in frame. When I get excited and get to talking and everything, get busy, I always I'm saying this is where it's at right here, and you can't even see what the heck I'm pointing at. Very unprofessional, and you guys deserve much better videos than that. Anyway, I've already messed with this a few weeks ago when I got this stuff, and there's a modern battery in there. Somebody had converted it already. Used to have the old type battery in there. What's a number that? Yeah, a number. What is that? A number 206, little 9 volt. barely got enough room for this big old Duracell. Of course, I'm not going to keep this Duracell in here, I don't think, because you know how bad these things leak and corrode. But it did work. It didn't come on at first, but it got better. It looks like I might have left the thing on. See, there I go drifting again. I don't know if I left it on or not. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe some of you guys have experienced this, I don't know, but my memory is just horrible. It's getting where I'm having trouble remembering things. I don't know, it's kind of scary. I guess I could use my battery tester on this. It's getting kind of scary to me. Yeah, I must have left the thing on. The battery deader than the doorknob. But my short-term memory is horrible. The long-term memory works, but sometimes I have to be reminded, and maybe I'm just thinking too much of this, looking for problems. I have a lot of small health, or actually kind of major health problems. You know, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and all the, there we go. It works when I first powered this thing up.
And I immediately thought it would help me learn to pray when I began my journey.
That's as loud as it gets.
And it's a method of prayer. It's not the only method of prayer. It's not the
When I first powered this thing up, you couldn't hear anything, and as it played, it got slowly better. So what I'm thinking is it's just got, more than likely, some open electrolytics. So I think what I'm going to do is I can see if I can find the schematic for this thing. And I'm going to review it for a few minutes, so I'll act like I know what I'm talking about. And then we'll just open it up, check those capacitors, see if I've got anything to replace it. Just go ahead and change the electrolytics in here, and I bet you this thing will play like a champ. So when I will bring you back when we start to do the repair. Be right back. Okay, I ordered the schematic online. I'm just waiting on it, the download link to come in. But I wanted to show you guys something that my vision's not the best in the world. Most folks my age is probably not either, but excuse me, I had to run across the screen here. This is what I've been using right here when I work on stuff, these little reading glasses. They always hurt my eyes. I've actually some of these forums and stuff like this, and other YouTube videos, somebody says was asking the question, what kind of glasses can I get to see? You know, can't afford a microscope, what can I do? Well, this product right here, made in China, of course, but it is, let's see, don't know quite how to say this. This is eyeglasses bracket headband interchangeable magnifier with 2 LED upgraded version. Part number is number 9892B2. I got these off Amazon. The headset looks like something a surgeon would wear. It's got a little rest here that goes against your cranium. Nose piece right here. Your things goes around your head. Got little pads on it right here, keep it from slipping. This part right here is adjustable. And here's your light right here. Light don't work, don't know why, hadn't went that far yet, probably because it doesn't have batteries. let's see. Yeah, got to add batteries to it inside there. I hadn't done that yet. Then you've got the lenses right here, all on a nice little glass case. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the biggest, baddest boys. Basically, you got a little tab right here. Just grab them by the sides, like you know, goes into that little slot. There. Now, you put them on. You can adjust this part here, bend this down, boom. Now, you can see things very clear, hands free, doesn't slip off your head like the old glasses do, and you can see. And when you get done, you can either flip them up or flip the device. I like them, and they were not very expensive. Got them off Amazon. I forgot how much I paid, about 20. I don't know, about $20–25 for it. But they work. They're great. They're cheap. And like I say, it's got it's got 5 different lenses in it, different degrees of magnitude. I just like the close-up ones. But if you're working on stuff that you need a little better eyesight, I think this right here is a great little buy. What does that say? Magnipros. I like the things. Reminds me of the doctor. Anyway, I'm still waiting on the it shouldn't be able to pull this up like that right there. Yep. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. Okay. Anyway, waiting on the schematic download. So what I thought I'd do, take these off, is just go ahead, and I'm going to put you on the radio here. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing apart, see if I can get it apart without damaging it, while I'm waiting on the schematic, and we'll just start checking caps. So give me a second. What I'm going to try to do, is this little device here, keep you in the frame. There. I've got my little mat here down, my little mouse pad, so that's going to tell me to keep it, where to kind of keep it in frame. We'll zoom you out just a little bit, and we're just going to take this thing apart and see if we can do that. As I figure out how to open up my screwdriver box here. Pick a tool here. So I'm going to try my handy, you know what, I rely way too much on magnification. So let's see, I see 1 screw, 2 screws, 3 screws. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Yep, let's see what happens. Worst we could do is tear it up, right? By the way, little information I found on these. This is an AM-80 with a Magnavox branding on it. However, it's made in Japan by NEC, and these things were manufactured around 1959, 60, and 61. So this thing is about as old as I am. And that little screw's not coming loose. get a different screwdriver. There we go. Sometimes you pull the screws out and you're like, I don't think I'm the right one, so have all of them out. Just attempting to lift it out. Not wanting to lift out good, and there's just another flathead screw right there. Let's see if I can get that one out right here. Like that's holding the volume control and the sub-assembly. It looks like it's got the tuner on it. So one thing you don't want to do, start snatching and grabbing these things. Make sure you're in frame. Pulling up slightly. Lord knows I don't want to damage this thing. Headphone jack just came out. Probably missing the little spanner nut. There we are. I've got to do a little unsoldering. Get the right tip. I had a gentleman, very nice gentleman, was telling me that my videos were really long. And yes, I realize they're long. He compared me to Shango and a few others. And I kind of took that as a compliment, actually. Shango seems to know what he's talking about. He's very knowledgeable. Even though I worked on TVs years ago, over 40 years ago, honestly, the shop that I worked in, I never really learned the tricks and stuff. Back then, TVs were a lot easier. It was a different world back then. Man, I'm talking 40 years. Back then, you know, TV set come in for repair. TV set come in for repair at the TV shop. Usually it was a horizontal output tube or a flyback or something like that. And you know, change the components, be on your way. We didn't do anything with measuring the current of the output tube and all that other stuff. Didn't do any of that high-tech stuff. So consequently, a lot of stuff that I was not taught. There we go. I had to just take the batteries. But Shango, he knows his stuff. So for somebody to kind of compare me to my videos to his, was kind of a, to me, I took it as a compliment. You know, and I'm not going to get on here and say that I know everything. I don't know everything. And I'll tell you up front, I don't know everything. But I do like making these videos, and I do like sharing this stuff with you guys. And I also want to thank all my subscribers, because I have passed the 200 subscriber mark. I never even thought I would get that far. Okay, so I'm going to try my glasses. I'm going to put kind of a, not so much magnification on so I can see. Get a better idea what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I can see. So anyway, you try to zoom y'all in a little bit more. Wrong way, Hunter. frame. I'm not sure. We're going to back you up a little bit. See what we have here. So we've got 1, 2 transistors here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 8 transistors in this thing. I can already tell you there's a dual, one of them little plastic dual capacitors, 2-section caps right there. And here's another one here, so that's 1, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 capacitor electrolytics that I can see in here. So make sure y'all still in frame. Try to get that right. So as an experiment on that little silver tone that we had the other day that everybody liked, I want to measure the current draw on these. You know what? Let's just skip it. Let's get straight to the nitty-gritty. Let's just get straight to the point. Let's just quit wasting time. Try to make this a short video. So what do I want to do first? Let's just start checking capacitors. Frame, yep. So I guess let's check this orange one. We'll check this orange one right here and this little orange one right here. This is probably the ABC cap if I had to guess. And this is going to be the main filter cap. So what I want to do, we'll take a quick look at this. I'm just going to desolder these little sections. It's ready to roll. I love my little Heiko tool there. So never thought I'd own some of those things. My Heiko desoldering iron here, desoldering gun, but you can't see it because I'm so magnified. It's a Heiko, or Hakko, however you want to pronounce it, H-O-K-K-O. This is an FR301 right here. It's a handheld desoldering iron. I call it iron. Desoldering gun. I have a bench type, but this thing is more universal. I can just put it up out of the way and doesn't take up bench space. You can get different tips for it and all that, and I've got to get some more tips because sometimes you need different tips. So anyway, I'll get you back in frame. So I've desoldered the legs and I'm not sure what's what here. And let's see here. Just got to lift the leg up a little bit, not to damage these little circuit boards. I don't know if this is a two-leggy or three-leggy. In other words, one section or two sections. Remember where that came from. That would be tragic. I'm thinking it's a two-section capacitor. As stiff as these legs feel, that's got to be it. We'll turn you around. may have the wrong gotta control your heat. Let's just see if this thing will come out. You'll see, not my big old clubs in the way. Okay, George, this is, I think it's loose. Yep. Yeah, it is. I just gotta be careful. Don't want to damage this thing. Okay, let me get a pair of something to grab that thing with. That thing is slick. Come on out, big dog. Looks like it's got 4 sections to it. Wow. Wasn't expecting a 4 section. It's got little green crusties on one leg. It says 20 microfarad by 3, 10 volts. So it's 3 section, 10 microfarad, I'm sorry, 20 microfarad at 10 volts. Like Ivan says on Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics, place your bets now. Let me turn you around. Let's see, got the power cable intertwined. Batteries are going bad in my I'm going to use our trusty Syncor capacitance tester. Power it up. And since this is a large value capacitor, we're just going to set it up for aluminum electrolytics, 10 volts. I think that's what it said. Yeah. So just enter the value of the voltage, 10 volts, and then we're going to enter 20 microfarad. We're just going to start testing. Place your bets now, good or bad. So we'll come over here to capacitor value. It's showing 13.03 microfarad and dropping. We'll test the ESR on it. 625 ohms. Check the leakage. It's measuring as a measuring as a 51K capacitor. I mean resistor. let's do this one now. Let's check the value again. This is the second section. 138 picofarad. See what any kind of leakage is on there. Well, that says 35 meg. That in there is completely. What happens is the plates inside little corrodes in too. That's why you don't get any leakage, and you also barely have any capacitance. It's because it is corroded inside. It's the third section here. That actually checks at 19 microfarad. See what kind of leakage we have. It's showing to be a 20K resistor. So this capacitor off the bat is bad. Had a feeling though, didn't we? Alright. Get you back down here. Zoom you out a little bit so we can find you again. And then the objective, the camera. Zoom you in a little bit. Alright. That capacitor was the one that came out of there. Now let's check this little orange jobby-do right here. I have two wires in there. Pardon me. Need my glasses on. I think that's the leads to it right there. I'm going to zoom you out just a little. As soon as that warms up, we'll pull that. That appears to be ground. Actually, that's not ground. That's another B+ point. This is the second smaller little orange capacitor. And it came willingly. This is probably the AGC capacitor or ABC capacitor, and it is a 10 microfarad at 3 volts. Place your bets again, guys. Okay, I'm gonna raise you up, turn you over here, get you lined up. Almost had you in the right spot. Here we go. Reset this. And let's see. I forgot how to reset this crazy thing. Let's see. Thought there was a clear. Thought there was a way to just reset this thing. Oh well. 10 microfarad, 3 volts. What do you think, guys? Yay or nay on this one? Here we go. Capacitor value. Measuring about 2.5 microfarad. Do the leakage test. It's showing to be a 6.91K resistor. Let's see what the ESR is, just for fun and giggles. Woo, 27 ohms. Okay, so that one is, this one's very, not good. Where's the objective at? There's the objective. Alright. Well, that's 2, 3. Well, I guess we could say 3. It's a 3-section cap system here. I don't know what I was saying before. So 3. Let's say, just say 4 capacitors bad. How about that? And we got these 2 little dangly dudes right here. This thing, you probably let it run for a while. It probably reform. Back you up a little bit. See what's going on. Well, some of these components, man, they just go right down deep in the middle of the jungle. So this being a NEC product, Japanese, this is another example of rebranding stuff back. Why am I doing this without magnification? This is near an audio output stage, so this is going to be the audio driver, and I'm sure these are coupling. I think what I'm looking for is this guy. Did I get the right one? Oh, I did or not. Nope. Right beside it. There we go. There's one. Okay. As far as I know, that's all the electrolytics. Whoop, sorry about that. Jump back on the tester again. Widen and zoom it in a little bit so you can see what I see. Put my magnifiers back on. So third capacitor is another 10 microfarad at 3 volts. Imagine that. Place your bets. Good, bad, or factory fresh. Capacitor value showing about 8.5, 8.47 microfarad. Leakage test showing 227K at about 10 microamps. Do the ESR. Bad. Another bad capacitor. I'm not sure I have the components to fix this, so we may have to order parts. This one is a 2 microfarads at 12 volts. So we need to put in 2 microfarad 12 volts. Odd voltage. Woo! Am I right about that? Yeah, 2 microfarad 12 volts. Making sure there ain't a decimal point in there. Yeah, 2 microfarad 12 volts. Yeah, I don't think it's 2 microfarads. Let's see what kind of leakage we have. $725k ohms. It goes up a little bit, but if it's bad to begin with, it's bad all the time. About 2,000, greater than 2,000 ohms ESR. Anyway, all the caps are bad. Widen you out. So all the caps are bad in this thing, which is what we figured, right? So I love this little microntometer of mine. All blown up when I got it. Let's see. I want to measure to ground, battery ground, wherever my ground post is. Bear with me. Oh, y'all want to watch that? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about that. Got carried away again. Yeah, just forget you guys were there, man. I just jump in the pool and start swimming. Anyway, I'm just going to measure. I'm trying to verify the ground, which I know this is the ground here. Okay, there's your ground. Okay, so the ground, you probably won't be able to see, but the ground is right here. That's on this 3-section cap. This is the ground that was on the 3-section cap, which you may or may not be able to see. This is the ground right here, and then 3 other sections. So anyway, this is the ground, and then these 2 sections here are tied together, which that would have made a 40 microfarad of all things capacitor. In other words, 2 20s in parallel is basically what this is right here. And then another section here. So basically I need a 40 and a 20, a 40 and a 20 for this one right here. And then let's see, what was that other capacitor? What did I do with it? Alright, what did I do with that capacitor? Alright, what did I do with it? There it is. 10 microfarad. So far we need a 40 and a 20. Need a 40 microfarad, 20 microfarad, and a 10 microfarad, and then a 2 microfarad at 12 volts. Odd number of voltage there. And a 10. So basically I think I need 2 10s at 3 volts. Of course, you know it's going to be a 6 volt. I get a 6 volt the same size these are. Alright, and then get a couple of little radials at 40 and a 20, whatever voltage I can get. So just need some capacitors for this. So I was hoping I could produce this video and post it today, so guess won't. I'm not going to have these parts. I just have to make an order to Mouser, and they'll be in Tuesday. Maybe if I have time, put them in and finish this video. I think it'll work fine once we put those capacitors in. Alright, that's it for now. Be another part. As a matter of fact, this will be part 1. We'll finish it up in part 2. How about that? That works. And I'm not going to edit this all out. I could clean this all up with my bannering, but I think this thing will be fine. I'm going to order the parts for it, and hopefully before next Friday, or hopefully I'll have another update here in a few days. Hopefully. Anyway, thanks for riding with me. This will be another little cool radio. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but looks like if I'm going to collect radios, I think I'd rather collect these little AM pocket transistor radios, because they don't take up much room compared to some of these big ones. So that's it. Thank y'all for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you hadn't already done it. And I want to thank you for the at this time the 202 subscribers that I have. I thank y'all very much from the bottom of my heart. Please continue to stay tuned. I'll have some more interesting videos when I can. Maybe, I ain't gonna promise nothing. I might even have a hunting video. I don't know. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Alright, bye.